helped them into that too.
Yeah, and Excalibur
was cool, calm, and collected the whole way through, and I think that really helped JR a lot.
Yeah, and I was like I said, I was very impressed with. I don't know. Hopefully, our stream. I don't know if it ever.
Is that timer going?
Yeah, but it's like it restarted. I don't know.
Oh
so,
no.
So well, we're just gonna have to wing this one. Let me go to YouTube real quick. I don't know. Apparently, our stream may have.
Yeah, the stream went offline.
Oh well, great. That's wonderful. All right, so we're just gonna have to keep rolling here. I'm not even recording audio or anything, so we may be
Dang it.
We may be up. You know what creek without a paddle?
Creek.
Yeah. So well, anyway, let's just keep on going. So we'll just hope for the best and see what happens and whatever. Unless I start recording now, but
nah,
it's whatever. If it's a lost cause, it's a lost cause. But so anyway, let's keep going now on the not the scorecard. AEW Double or Nothing. The next match was the 6-woman tag team match. We ain't gotta really talk about that. That was good little match. But
did you say the rating for?
Why
Beretta?
wouldn't we talk about that?
It
was the first exposure to a Joshi match. That was big for American TV. We'll call it American TV.
Yeah.
Because
go ahead.
you know as well as I know, anyone who watches, they know Ring of Honor, they know WWE, Ring, all that stuff. And now we're starting to learn a little New Japan, but no one watches Stardom and shows like that. And that was a perfect representation of that style from Japan in America for everyone to love and enjoy.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it just brings out that flavor of AEW. AEW caters to every wrestling thing. You like lucha? We got the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
You like physicality? We got Jericho and Omega. You like storytelling? We got Dustin and Cody. You like your traditional American women's wrestling? We got the four-way.
Yeah.
You want to see some Japanese women wrestle? We got the Joshis.
Yep.
Every style of, you want the comedy? We got Orange Cassidy. I mean, every style, every genre of wrestling that you could want. Deathmatch, Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc.
Yep.
Any style of wrestling you want, AEW has it. And I think that's beautiful.
Yep, very large variety in the types of wrestling that they have with all their talent. They're still building. I mean, right now they're building a solid foundation, and they're only continuing to grow. So I'm still almost on a little bit of a high from the from the show. But speaking of talk about an all-time high. You want to talk about this next match we're going to talk about, and that is Dustin and Cody. It got 5 stars from Dave Meltzer, the only 5-star match of the night. What an emotional roller coaster this was, and there's a lot to take away from this match. First of all, obviously, you want to talk about Cody's entrance. Had the Triple H throne, obviously, is what it was. Then Cody takes a sledgehammer, which is Triple H's signature weapon, and he smashes the throne, basically, is what he does. He hits it with the sledgehammer and smashes it during his entrance. And, a lot of people think, okay, that's him taking a shot at Triple H. And while it was a little bit of a shot at Triple H, not necessarily, a bad shot. It was more so that Cody was basically talking about how he's the EVP of the company, but he wants to be a wrestler first, which is why he destroyed this throne. He doesn't want to take that executive role, on full time just yet. He wants to, of course, do those roles, but at the same time, he wants to be a wrestler first. And so that's the message that he says that he was basically sending right there. Now we move on to the match. Match was fantastic. Probably the best match, if not the best match, in Cody and Dustin's career. And it got a 5-star rating. And I tell you what, boy, Dustin lost a lot of blood in this match. I don't think it's been a long time. And Marcus, I guess you're talking about the Dustin Cody match. Marcus says that match was the best. That's why I love wrestling. I think it's why everybody loves wrestling. Tremendous match, an absolute bloodbath for Dustin, and Cody was covered in Dustin's blood as it was already. So it was a tremendous match, back and forth. You really didn't know who was going to win, but certainly Cody won in the end. I had said, on the pre-show, not on the pre-show, the preview show that we did, that it was going to be like a passing of the torch from Dustin Rhodes to Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes now, I guess you could say he's officially killed the Attitude Era, which is what he set out to do by beating his older brother, who was a big staple of the Attitude Era. I'm going to go back to Cruz. Cruz, what did you get, or what did you take out of the Cody and Dustin match?
Everything about that match was pretty much everything you could want in a match. Physicality, storytelling, emotion, good wrestling. It was just an all-around good match. I said before the podcast, I was like, do I think that the match itself as a whole was the best match? No. But if you take in every single thing, I can understand why Dave Meltzer gave it 5 stars, because it hits every point on the head. If you judge a match, well, you know, they were really physical, but, you know, that's it. It was just a bunch of flippy stuff and then went to the finish and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
This was everything you could possibly want in a match.
It was. And I tell you what, my favorite part, I'm going to get to Brink, though, first. Brink, what did you take away from this match?
Storytelling 101. It was like Cruz said. To me, it was not a 5-star wrestling match, but if you take all the elements, the wrestling, the story, the emotion in that match, 5 stars without a doubt.
Now, my favorite part wasn't even during the match. It was after the match, and in my opinion, this might go down as one of the greatest callbacks in the history of pro wrestling, when Cody basically cut the promo after the match. Dustin didn't even know this promo was going to happen, I don't believe. After the match, he was interviewed saying he had no idea Cody was in. He fully intended on leaving his boots in that ring and retiring right there. Cody comes back in, and so I'm sure a lot of fans have seen the comparison when Dusty cut the promo on Dustin many years ago. I think back was in WCW.
Yeah.
This was a long time ago. And Cody, damn near word for word, cut the same, very, very similar promo to his brother right there, Double or Nothing, basically saying it, in front of God and the world. And it was, and I didn't notice it at the time, but now that I look back at it, watching that just gives me even more goosebumps, knowing that Cody was calling back, to the American Dream, a promo he did on Dustin many, many years ago. So that right there was just, the icing on the cake for everything that they did up until that point. I mean, the build-up to that match was great. The match was great. The entrance, had a lot, even though it had very little to do with the story, was kind of a nice, I guess you'd say lanyap to the match, a little thing there that Cody did. And, the blood, just everything. And then, Dustin at 50 years old doing some things in there that not a lot of 50-year-olds can do in that wrestling ring. It was just absolutely amazing. Best match of the night, in my opinion. Definitely deserved 5 stars. Best match of Cody's career, best match of Dustin's career, in my opinion. Mikey O, anything to take away from that match?
Yeah, definitely. We put over Cruz for the Hangman pick. Can we put over Mikey O for calling the tag team?
Which one was that?
Cody and Dustin.
Oh, yeah, you called it, yeah, because you wanted them to tag a while back, and now they're going to tag at Fight for the Fallen and take on the Young Bucks. So another brother. Is it that now that the Young Bucks, they can only fight teams that are technically brothers, I guess, or whatever?
They're gonna have a brother tag team championship.
Brother.
I know, right? They got enough. You get a few more tag teams in there. You got yourself a brother tag team division. Marcus Talbert says in the chat to listen to the commentators tell a story, to listen to them repeat that his brother blood. You're covered in your brother's blood. The story behind it, the story they told, just amazing. I did love the callback to Stardust. Yeah, that too. That was another.
Yeah.
That was also really good. The callback to Stardust. I enjoyed that too. So just everything about that match. I can't say a single bad thing about that match except, there was maybe a botch here or there, but I mean there was blood all over the. There was. I mean, Dustin was bleeding. Like, I'm telling you, I've not seen a man bleed like that in professional wrestling in a very, very long time. It was gushing out.
Well, then you don't watch Backyard Wrestling, do you?
No, I haven't watched Backyard. But, of course, I didn't think Backyard Wrestling.
Dustin's daughter said he lost like a pint.
God,
he lost a lot. I mean, because he had the red face paint that covered half his face. By the end of the match, you couldn't even tell. You forgot what side of his face he painted because it was just red all over. So, absolutely fantastic match. Well-deserved of 5 stars. As we, let's see, I'm going to start kind of speeding it up. Well, not necessarily speed up. We got 2 matches left to talk about. The AAA Tag Team title match, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson defending against Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix. This match, to me, was the best match of the night because, let's face it, 2 of the best tag teams in the world, hands down. And it felt like you can tell just by the things, the little things they were doing extra in this match, like getting in each other's faces, Pentagon doing that, they're whatever it is, they're taunt or whatever, like in his, yes, dude, just getting in their faces. It was just, it felt personal. It felt like they really did not like each other. And of course, both tag teams, in ring, bell to bell, absolutely tremendous. It was a great match, a lot of flippy stuff, which I enjoy. A lot of people were complaining there was too much flippy stuff, but they can go to hell. So, yeah, it was the best match of the night. I mean, wrestling-wise, in my opinion. To me, that got what it deserved, 4 3/4 stars from Dave Meltzer. Just an amazing match. It was one of those matches, and like I said, the thing that stood out to me is it's like any chance they got, they were just getting in each other's faces. Like, they weren't even wrestling. They were just getting in each other's faces, like, just you could tell – you just felt the animosity between the 2 teams, and it was absolutely awesome. Go to Cruz. Cruz, what were your thoughts on that tag team match?
That was definitely what I feel the best match of the night was. It was everything you could ever hope for out of a Young Bucks Lucha Bros match. They all went back to the well. Young Bucks hit every finisher that they own. They used moves from people that they used to know, one being from the second greatest luchador ever behind Chico, El Generico. I mean, they did everything you could ask for. I feel like that was match of the night. It was action-packed, lots of flippy, lots of goodness.
Yeah, it was.
What was it, like 22 super kicks or something like that?
It was a lot. I think it was a lot.
I told y'all that was going to be a lot, and I knew I undershot it.
Yeah, I knew I did too, but I was hoping I didn't. Brent, what did you think about that tag team match?
I think everybody in the world, and especially in the States, know who the Young Bucks are. I think everybody in the world and the majority of the people in the States know who Pentagon is. Mm-hmm. I don't think a lot of people know or have seen a lot of Ray Phoenix. And he had a coming out party. If you didn't know who Ray Phoenix was before, you know now, because some of the stuff that he did and pulled off is out of this freaking world. The athleticism that he has, the agility that he has, the strength that he has, it is unreal.
Yeah, another guy that raised his stock, although his stock was pretty high already as it was, but definitely raised it a little bit more with, I guess, the the more casual fans who watch more product, I guess, here in the States and don't really see, the other stuff. But Mikey, what did you think of that tag match?
Didn't see it. My bootleg stream got shared on Reddit, and then it got shut down.
Got shut down, huh? Hot dang, don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah.
Huh?
If only you knew somebody who ordered it that would let you watch it.
Dang Reddit.
Yeah, no, I should have sent you the link to watch it.
Yeah. If only there were more than one person who ordered it so you could watch it.
You know what? I thought about it. We should have all just got the same link and just split it, like $20 a pop. Like that would have been better. But I tell you what, $50, it was worth it. It was more than worth it in my opinion.
We'll make a BR Live account for Average Marks, and then we'll all put in some money and we'll buy it every time.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to entrance. I like how they kind of did the different phases of Jericho from when he was the Lionheart, and then, of course, whenever he had the light-up jacket, and then the list of Jericho, and then he came out to now, I guess, the new version of him because he's always recreating himself. This match, it was a good match. I'm not going to say it was a bad match. It was not the best match of the night, despite what, some of them Omega marks out there might think. But certainly, like the guy on Facebook, and I was like, I said the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks were the second best overall match of the night if you include everything behind Cody and Dustin. And then he was like, even before Cody, Omega and Jericho. It's like, yeah, dude. Like,
was
come
that
on
Randy?
Now. I don't know. I don't know who it was. Like,
screw Randy.
I seen he shared something today in one of the groups. I thought of you. But
Sure.
yeah, so Jericho and Omega. At the end of the day. I had a feeling Jericho. I think we all picked Jericho. I think did you pick Omega? I think you might have been the odd man out that picked Jericho because I had a feeling, Jericho signed a 3-year deal. Omega signed probably a 3 or 4 year deal. This is not the last time we're going to see Jericho and Omega in the ring again. I think eventually, when it comes down to a world title match, they're going to have Kenny beat Jericho somewhere down the line. depending on if he beats, which now, of course, he defeated Kenny Omega. So now it'll be Adam Hangman Page taking on Chris Jericho at All Out for the inaugural AEW Championship, or to become the inaugural AEW World Champion. So that'll happen August 31st. Mikey O, did you get the bootleg back up before that match came back?
Well, I saw some clips on YouTube.
Okay.
And hey, can you turn that down a little bit?
Yeah.
And what got me was the caviness of Jericho's chest. It looks like he can lay down in bed and pour some milk in there and eat a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, I know. And Kofi Kingston has that too. I don't know what. It might be some kind of just, some in the genes, I guess.
It looks like somebody took a sledgehammer and just caved his chest cavity in.
Maybe Cody was back swinging that thing around before the show and he hit Jericho with it. I don't know. Let's go to Cruz now. Cruz, what were your thoughts on Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho?
Probably third best match of the night. Not one of the best matches I've ever seen Kenny Omega or Jericho in.
Well, they said
this one had a reason, but I mean, Jericho going over Omega was obvious, apparently to some of us.
Yeah.
But the matches he loses for no reason, like not taking into account, like everything against Okada, there was a reason for it. It's a huge title match and it's huge G1 match, but everything, like he doesn't put on the show that he normally puts on.
Yeah.
It's like he's not holding back, but it's not like a 7-star match. He's gonna go out there, he's gonna do what he has to do, and he's gonna put the other guy over just like he has to.
Are you saying he's gonna pull a Randy Moss and go?
Case more for Jericho, that was really awesome. It was also awesome in the fact that it was Cody who designed it.
Yeah. I mean,
that was nice.
Yeah, and Kenny, I like Kenny's new theme. I'm kind of a fan.
Sounds like girls' music. Like a girl should be coming out to that.
Well, I thought it was all right. Like I said, I've heard worse.
I didn't really hear it that well, but from what I understand, he's gonna, just like they did the Best Friends entrance, he's gonna release his so everyone can hear it. Just because he said that there were a bunch of people who couldn't hear it that well, so we'll hear it.
That's
without
terrible.
Everybody popping.
And he wrestled the whole match with a broken schnoz.
Who?
Omega.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know he had a broken schnoz.
Yeah, that's what Cody said.
I love Jericho's answer to that. They asked him. They were like, what spot broke Kenny Omega's nose? He was like, no, it wasn't a spot. I punched him in the face.
Good old Jericho. Brink, what did you think of that Omega Jericho match?
Solid match. I agree with Cruz. It wasn't Omega's best match. It wasn't Jericho's best match, but it was still. It just shows how good Omega and Jericho is when they can have one of their, like, it not be one of their best matches, and it's still better than almost any match the Feds put on all year.
This is not the Dump on Fed show.
NXT excluded.
Throwing out facts. No, it was a solid match. Jericho winning makes sense because Hangman won the Battle Royal, so now you got your super over babyface and Hangman. You got your super top 2 heel in the world in Jericho. And that's going to be a great match at All Out.
Absolutely. Now, of course, when it comes to the Jericho Omega match, more folks were talking about what happened after the match. Jericho was getting ready to cut a promo. Basically, he said if he'd win the match, he wanted a thank you from whoever would thank him. And somebody in particular was, I guess, in a thanking mood, but. We got to see the AEW debut of one Jon Moxley, who I thought ironically came down the same way the Shield would come through the crowd, except he took a little bit of a U-turn. Came out, gave the Dirty Deeds to Jericho, which I guess it's still called the Dirty Deeds. I don't know. And then, of course, him and Omega got into it. He went to Dirty Deeds Omega, but then Omega pushed him out of the ring. They brawl through the crowd. And then eventually Dean throws him off the big poker chips on the stage, and that's how the show closes. Cruz, what were your go back to Cruz? Cruz, what were your thoughts when you seen that when they cut to Jon Moxley coming through the crowd?
Well, like I said in the chat, I'll redo that story. Jericho wins. He grabs the mic, and he's about to start talking, and my stream freezes and cuts out.
Oh,
and I'm like, I really don't feel like listening to Jericho talk because I know what it's going to be. I won. You owe me a thank you. I built AEW. I'm gonna be the first champ because AEW is my toy to play with.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it just in case, Cody comes out and confronts him or anything happens. And I'm so glad I restarted it because lo and behold, John Moxley comes out and does work.
And I had said, in the chat that it took me a minute, but you see Moxley and Omega. First of all, I think when Moxley, Omega was out because he got hit with the Judas effect and he didn't move until after Moxley hit Jericho with the Dirty Deeds, and then Moxley walks over to Omega, and I'm thinking, holy cow, like this is so surreal. Like John Moxley and Kenny Omega are staring at each other right now, and they start brawling. I'm like, I can't believe these two guys. I can't believe I'm watching these two guys brawl right now. This is absolutely amazing. They brawl through the crowd. It was absolutely awesome. We now know that Dean Ambrose has signed a contract with AEW. He will also make his New Japan debut next week at the Best of the Super Junior Finals against Juice Robinson for the United States IWGP US Championship. That'll be fun.
You should have seen that pop fest between me and Brink. It was out of control.
Yeah,
we were at work. I texted Cruz, "Are you on break? Or are you still here?" He said, "Yes, I'm in the break room." So I ran from my office to ADR to go sit with him. And it's like, "I got to show you this video." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "It shows who has been putting these videos against Juice." He's like, "Okay." It's like, so I started playing the video. It's like, "I've seen this video." So you haven't seen the end of it. He said, "There's an end of it?" I'm like, "Yes, there's more that they never showed." And when they showed it, he had the same facial reaction that I had. It was kind of orgasmic.
Yes, it was. I woke up the next morning to the chat. Y'all just lit up the chat and to say that.
Working out hard.
Yeah, and I marked out kind of hard too. Well, actually, I think I woke up and seen on Facebook that it was John Moxley behind those videos, and then I went to the chat to let everybody else know. But y'all were way ahead.
On top of it,
yeah, y'all were way ahead of me on that. So
I was working nights last week. When New Japan announced it at like 10 in the morning their time,
yeah,
it was like 3 in the morning our time. I was still awake, brother.
Now you know why Conrad could always break news to us before we got to it. Mm-hmm. It's because he is morning where he's at whenever it's night for us. We did the same thing. We were working nights and we just let you guys have it.
Yeah, so that was so that's gonna be pretty cool. John Moxley will be in New Japan. His first AEW match will take place. I think he's gonna fight with Joey Janela. Is that correct?
At Fyter Fest.
At Fyter Fest, so that'll be his first AEW match there. So John Moxley, what did you think?
It'll be a death match.
Mikey O, what did you think about John Moxley?
Yeah, the best part were like his promos on YouTube afterwards. Like that line is priceless. We're not reading history books anymore. We're writing them.
That's right. They are. So
it's a paradigm shift.
I got goosebumps whenever he was like, "This is a paradigm shift."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, big words."
So yeah, John Moxley.
Big,
go ahead.
I want one of them poker chips.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Them things are huge.
Those things are huge.
Talk about, my goodness. You could do fireman
Absolutely.
carry.
I collect poker chips from all kind of casinos, so can I have that one?
You can do fireman carry. You can fireman carry people off that big poker chip, like Moxley did. All right, so that's basically what happened. AEW Double or Nothing. The next show is Fyter Fest, which is like an AEW CEO joint thing. I think AEW's next really, really big show is going to be Fight for the Fallen, which will be July the 13th. Looking forward to that one, certainly. Mm-hmm. All right, now this coming. Well, let's see I don't know where we are on time at all, to be honest. No,
we're just going to have to roll.
No clue. So we're just going to roll through it here. This Saturday.
Change that graphic.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me here. This coming Saturday is, where's it at? There it is, NXT Takeover 25 in some city, Connecticut, near the headquarters. The 25th Takeover, I tell you what, it's been 25 Takeovers already, and we can still argue that the best wrestling product on the planet right now is NXT. So, and this is going to be a huge, huge show. I really expect. I expect them to sort of maybe pull out all the stops for this show, like not necessarily a 25th anniversary, but it's going to be treated like a 25th anniversary, in my opinion. So, you guys got your scorecards ready to rock and roll?
Were they calling it
Yeah,
25
I'm
because
currently looking at my piece of paper with doodles on it.
they're counting like the Florida Championship Wrestling days
No,
too?
ever since they started NXT Takeover, this is the 25th NXT Takeover.
Oh, I got you.
So that's what it is. So it's been about 5 or 6 years. So because they do about 5 a year, so that's about do the math. It's about right. So, all right. Well, if you haven't downloaded the scorecard yet, go to our Facebook page. You can download it right now. Pause the podcast and get ready to play along with us. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. The first match on the scorecard is a singles match. It'll be Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. Since Cruz is the NXT champion, I will let him choose, I guess, the order of how we go.
We're going to go Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to go Brink. Then we're going to go
Brink's like...
and then we're going to go me.
Okay, so me, Brink, Mikey O, and Cruz. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go first. Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. Very impressed with Matt Riddle at NXT TakeOver New York. I think he needs a push. I don't see why he would lose to Roderick Strong, so I got Matt Riddle winning. I got him via submission. I think he'll submit Roderick Strong, be about 11-minute match time, and I think there will be outside interference. I don't know from who. Maybe the Undisputed Era comes out and does a little something, but we'll see. But I'm going to go yes. So I got Matt Riddle sub, 11 minutes, and yes. Let's go to Brink. What you have for that match?
I also have Matt Riddle by sub. I got it going 14 minutes, and I say no interference.
Okay, so Brink's going no interference. Mikey O, what you got for Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong?
Would you be able to read that in between us, Patrick?
What you
A
mean?
little sheet of paper right there.
Read
This
what?
is your scorecard.
Yeah, I can.
Would you be able to put it right here and read
yeah,
it?
yeah.
The whole lightning strike thing threw me off.
Okay.
My paper's downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Matt Riddle. I got it being a pinfall because I think the Undisputed Era is going to come down and put a beat down on Roderick Strong and make him lose.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and kind of divorce him out of the group, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Match time, 12 minutes, and yes, outside interference.
Let's go now to the NXT champ, Cruz. Cruz, what you have for Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong?
Like I've been doing the whole time, I'm going to go opposite of everyone and choose Matt Riddle by sub. I know it's not opposite. That's the joke.
Okay, I was about to
Matt
say.
Riddle
I was like,
by
wait, what?
sub, 12 minutes, and I believe there will be interference because of this whole Roderick Strong and the Undisputed Era debacle thing going on, which I don't think we should be starting to break people off of this thing, but you know what? Since they want to screw everything up anyway, why not?
That's what WWE Creative does. They hate stables.
Well, in their defense, Roddy Strong was not originally with Undisputed Era.
Yeah, but he made
Yeah,
him
but
better.
he's only added to the faction.
He's been there for about because he moved over in at War Games. No, it wasn't War Games. It was NXT Takeover New Orleans. So he's been with the group for a little over a year now. So
it's a full PWG faction, man. Keep them together.
Yeah.
they really are a great faction. They're the best faction in NXT history, probably. Well, no, they are. So let's go now to
That's debatable.
what's the other faction that you Undisputed Era still has some room to grow. So we'll.
Agreed.
So let's go now to the next match on the scorecard. It is the North American Championship. The Velveteen Dream taking on a returning to NXT Tyler Breeze, which is where he belongs, in my opinion. So not as a bad thing. Well, Brink's shaking his head over there. Why are you shaking your head?
No, I'm agreeing with you. You said that that's where he belongs, and it's not a bad thing. And I was like, no, it's not a bad thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is where Tyler Breeze thrives, in my opinion. So, Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze. I'm going to go ahead and go first. I think Velveteen Dream's going to retain here via pinfall, 6 near falls, and I got 5 aerial moves. Let's go to Brinkman. Brinkman, what you have for the North American Championship match?
Tyler Breeze's gimmick is made for NXT. The gimmick didn't get over with the main audience and the casual fans.
Oh, yeah.
Them hardcore wrestling fans, they appreciate gimmicks like that. Hell, they love Orange Cassidy, so why wouldn't they love Tyler Breeze?
Exactly.
I got Dream winning still by pinfall, 7 near falls, 5 aerial moves.
All right, let's go to Mikey O. Mikey O, what you have for this match?
Yeah, I got Dream winning as well. Pinfall, 4 near falls, and I can't remember what I put down. We'll go with 3 aerial moves.
3 aerial moves. All right. It may or may not be the right what he actually put on his scorecard, but we're going by whatever you put on the scorecard. So. All right, let's go to the NXT champ, Cruz. Cruz, what you have for the North American Championship match?
Everything that you said is the reason why I made this pick. Tyler Breeze needs to stay in NXT. And the way you're going to keep him in NXT is by putting him over those 5 aerial moves.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they take that North American title off of Dream, then they must put him in at least the NXT title picture for sure. So let's go now to a match that, man, I tell you what, this is going to be a fun match to watch. It's a ladder match for the NXT Tag Team Championships, currently held by Vacant, the most decorated champion in the WWE history. So you got Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch taking on Street Profits, taking on the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, taking on the Forgotten Sons, which is a team that consists of Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler. With that being said, I got Street Profits winning. I really didn't know who to pick here. I think any of these 4 teams might walk out of here with the NXT Tag Team titles. But I'm going to go with Street Profits. They haven't won the title yet. Although Lorcan and Burch, the one time they did challenge for the titles, I thought they were very impressive as well. But I got Street Profits winning. First to climb the ladder, I'll take Bobby Fish. First to touch the belt, Oney Lorcan. First to get hit with the ladder would be Montez Ford. 12 aerial moves, which I feel like is still too low. And the last to touch the belt and lose, Kyle O'Reilly. Let's go to Brink now. Brink, what you got for the ladder match?
Don't be surprised if that another team is added and Vacant gets his partner, mystery partner, because that team is just OP. All right, both decorated champions.
Hell yeah.
I did WrestleCast yesterday, and we didn't do individual people. We did teams for the extras.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just did the teams instead of like the individual person.
Uh-huh.
I was about to say, I did teams on this as well, so whenever I say a team, name a person off that team, and I'll pick that one.
Okay.
Well, go ahead. Well, I tell you what. Go ahead and do teams, and I'll just and what we can do if y'all want, I can just take my individuals I chose and just apply the team to that slot.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay, we'll do that.
I had Undisputed winning, and then Martin. No, I had Forgotten Sons winning, and then Martin picked Forgotten Sons, so I changed it to Undisputed Era because Martin sucks. Then I started thinking about it, as like, man, I really do, in my heart, believe that Forgotten Sons is winning this match. So I went back to Forgotten Sons winning this match. I got the Street Profits aerial moves, and I think the last to touch the belt and lose will be Lorcan and Burch.
All righty, let's go to Mike Yo. Mike Yo, what you have for the ladder match?
Yeah, I got Undisputed Era winning. I got first to climb the ladder, Undisputed Era. First to touch the belt, Undisputed Era. First to get hit by the ladder, Forgotten Sons, because there's 2 big dudes. So I think they're going to try to target them. Aerial moves 4, because I don't see many high flyers here.
Mm-hmm.
And then last to touch the belt and lose, the Street Profits.
All righty, let's go to the champ, Cruz. Cruz, what you have for this ladder match?
I have the Undisputed Era winning. It's going to set up a theme. The first one is Street Profits. I don't have the thing up. Hang on. What is the first one? First to climb the ladder is Street Profits. First to touch the belt is the Forgotten Sons. First hit with the ladder is whoever that Larkin guy is. 13 aerial moves, and the last to touch the belt and lose, I have the Street Profits.
All righty. Let's go now to a singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. It'll be the was it the best wrestler in forever or since forever?
The best wrestler you've seen in like forever.
Not true.
Oh well, I forgot
It is
what
true. That's
forgot what her nickname was, but it's Shayna Baszler versus Io Shirai. I will go first. I picked her to win back at NXT Takeover New York. She did not win, so I will pick her again here. I'm picking Io Shirai to win this match via pinfall. And by the way, if God came down and said you can have any Asian on this earth, who would it be? It would be Io Shirai. 4 finishers, yes, outside interference. So let's go to Brink now.
Dang.
Yeah, just saying.
if God came down and said you can have whatever Asian,
If you could have one Asian for the rest of your life, I'm gonna be like, give me Io Shirai.
I would have a triple threat match between Asuka, Io Shirai, and Kairi Sane, and the winner gets me. Not that they'd be winning much of anything, but still.
Or you could do they do in golf, like a foursome. Just saying.
You're right. There's no arguing that. That being said, I'm picking the best wrestler you've seen in forever by submission. 2 finishers, yes, outside interference.
All right, let's go to Mikey O. Mikey O, what you have for the women's NXT women's title match?
I had Baszler, submission, 5 finishers, and no outside interference.
All right, you don't think Jessamine Duke or Shafir is going to...
She won't need it.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the NXT Champ Cruise. What you have for the women's NXT Championship?
I picked easily the Asian with the biggest donk in the WWE currently, Io Shirai.
Yeah.
5 pin, 4 finishers, no outside interference.
All right. And then finally, the main event, the NXT Championship rematch from NXT TakeOver New York. Johnny freaking Wrestling, almost said Johnny Football for some reason. Johnny Wrestling Gargano taking on Adam Cole Baby. With that being said, I got Adam Cole Baby winning the match via pinfall, becoming the NXT champ for the first time. Match time, I got a whopping 27 minutes. I got 9 near falls, and I will say, yes, there will be outside interference. Let's go to Brink now. Brink, what you have for the NXT championship match?
I have Johnny Wrestling by submission, 22 minutes, 7 near falls, yes, outside interference.
All righty, let's go to Mikey O. Mikey O, what you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Gargano as well. Pinfall, 21 minutes, 7 near falls, and no outside interference.
All righty, going to the NXT Champ Cruise. What you got?
Remember that theme I was talking about?
Yeah.
Adam Cole, baby. By pin, 22 minutes, 6 near falls. Yes, there will be outside interference. I have the Undisputed Era with a full sweep.
Oh, wow. All right, let's go to table destruction now. I got English being destroyed, Spanish being good. Brinkman, what you got?
They don't break tables in NXT. Both are good.
All righty. Mikey O, what you got?
I went with the Cruise method. Both are good.
All right, and speaking of Cruz, what did you go with?
I have them both destroyed.
What?
I'm lying. I have them both good.
I was about Mikey O, what?
Speaking of swerving.
Yeah, talk about a swerve there. All right, everyone's
No, they're both good.
All right, everyone's favorite part of the scorecards. It is the unscheduled. I see they allow us. I think it's only 5 they allow. I just want to double check and make sure because I put down 5.
Yeah, it's 5.
Okay, it's 5 people. All right. My unscheduleds: Candice LeRae, Finn Balor, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, and Charlotte Flair. Let's go to Brinkman now. Brinkman, your unscheduled.
Jessamine Duke and Shafir. I can't remember her first name.
Marina.
They're not on the scorecard under the women's match, and they're going to interfere in the match, so they're going to be there. That's 6 points for me. Thank y'all.
Oh, Mike Yo doesn't think so.
Tommaso Ciampa.
That's a good one.
I got burned on it last time, and I didn't pick him. I wish I would have. Kushida.
Oh. Why is he not on this card is what I want to know.
Yeah, well, he's still new there.
Yeah, but I guess they got big plans for him. So
my 5th one, I took a different approach. I was like, they're in Connecticut. WWE headquarters is in Connecticut. So I was trying to think of people from like The Office that's not really on TV all that much. And I came within millimeters of putting down Linda McMahon.
I was about to say Linda.
But then I realized Vince doesn't even know what NXT is. I highly doubt Linda does. So I went with a guy. This is totally random. If he's there, I'm legitimately going to crap my pants. He works in The Office. He just got hired back. He has one of the best podcasts around. I'm going with Bruce Pritchard.
Okay, Bruce Pritchard. All right, that's an interesting.
I say if he's there, I automatically.
You know, if you're gonna go that route, I think you know who I would have picked in that. I'd have picked Road Dogg because Road Dogg is now working for NXT full time. So I would have went that route, but I didn't even think about it till just now. So, but I'm not changing my picks. Let's go to the champ now, Cruz. Cruz, who are your unscheduleds plus your gimmick pick?
What about Mikey O's?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to skip Mikey O. Mikey O, my bad. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mikey O. Mikey O, who do you have for your unscheduled?
Yeah, I think with it being such a big show, they're going to want to put some shine on some of their UK talent. So I'm going to go with Walter, Pete Dunne, and Tony Storm. And then I got Tommaso Ciampa and Candice LeRae.
Okay, that's a pretty solid 5 if you ask me. All right, let's go to the champ now, Cruz. Now it's Cruz's turn. Cruz, your unscheduled plus your hockey player that you got.
Spoiler alert, this is NXT.
So?
I don't have a gimmick pick for NXT.
That's all right. That's lame.
Also,
the whole show's ruined now.
Also, they were in Nowheresville, Connecticut for Money in the Bank, and now they're in even more Nowheresville, Connecticut. You think I could pull 2 hockey players out of my
They're not
cornhole?
just saying they're not far from New York, and New York has 2 hockey teams. Just saying.
Let's call it 3 with New Jersey.
Okay.
But anyway, unscheduled: Marina Shafir, Jessamine Duke, Candice LeRae, Asuka, and Kevin Owens.
Okay, that's pretty good. Another good little 5 there. All right. Well, that wraps up the NXT Takeover scorecard. So, of course, NXT Takeover 25 happening Saturday night, WWE Network from some city in Connecticut. So, with that being said, Cruz, any final?
Who the hell cares, Connecticut?
Why would they? If this is such a big show, why would they put it in Nowheresville?
Well, Triple H, I think they actually interviewed Triple H and asked him a question about that. And, he said, NXT TakeOver, they've been all over. They first started like in Florida at Full Sail, and they've been all over the place, but they kind of he wanted to be able to come home, so to speak, I guess like, near the headquarters or whatever the case. And of course, Triple H is from Connecticut too. So he kind of wanted to bring, because let's face it, Connecticut has never. I don't think Connecticut's ever had an NXT takeover, or I don't even know if NXT's ever been to Connecticut ever for any live show or anything. So
then why didn't they go to Hartford?
I don't think anyone's ever been to Connecticut. So
yeah, if you drive through Connecticut, you blink, you might miss it.
But Hartford's the only town that people would know in Connecticut.
But they got Bridgeport, they got Hartford, and
nobody knows Bridgeport.
Well, they do now.
So
I don't know. I guess he just they probably had not brought the NXT product to Connecticut in a while, if ever, especially in NXT Takeover. So I think Triple H wanted to, bring that to an hour or so from New York City. So it'll be fun Saturday night. We'll you got any final thoughts on anything because we're getting ready to wrap it up here. So you got any final thoughts on anything we discussed today? Whether it be NXT or AEW?
Looks like Brink might be using some CBD from our sponsor, CBDforyou.net.
Yeah, he's
We'll go with that. Sponsors, yay!
Yay! Boom, Bambox, yay!
Yay, sponsors, yay, Bambox!
Yeah, bringing back that Bambox. Well, let's go. We'll go to Brink. Brink, any last thoughts? AEW or NXT Takeover 25?
AEW is gonna be fantastic. It's American New Japan. I'm not upset with it. Also, Best of the Super Juniors for New Japan. Block B is tonight / this morning, and then I think in a couple days is the finals, where it's a loaded card. You got the winner. We're gonna find out the winner of the Best of Super Juniors.
Yep.
You're gonna have John Moxley going to New Japan for the first time to challenge Juice Robinson. You're going to have Jay White versus Tanahashi.
Oh, okay.
It's a loaded card, and there's only 3 matches announced.
Yeah, so
it's a great hair match,
that's
too.
Coming up,
New Japan.
That's coming up on June the 5th. I think that's next Wednesday. So Wednesday here.
Wednesday, yes.
Yeah, next Wednesday. All right, and Cruz.
Wednesday night, early Thursday morning.
All right, Cruz, any final thoughts on AEW or NXT or NXT TakeOver 25?
No, Brink stole my spiel.
Okay, well, simple enough. Well, with that being said, I don't have anything.
Also, before I forget,
go ahead.
Watch New Japan.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Best of the Super Juniors. By the way, I don't think we mentioned it, but the finals on a Wednesday. So watch it Wednesday. New Japan World. It's only 999 yen a month. So,
yeah,
all right.
But if you sign up now, you can watch the Best of Super Juniors final Wednesday.
Yeah, it's on Wednesday. So
and it'll run into the G1 Climax.
Yeah, that's true. The G1 Climax is coming up in July, so that's going to be.
And then you'll never want to get rid of it because you'll find out that it's less than $9.99, like that other network that we don't pay for.
Yep.
Dang.
Well, I pay for it.
Yeah,
but.
me too.
But yeah, best of Super
Wednesday.
Junior finals win. It could be it's Wednesday. So just in case y'all didn't,
I think it's Wednesday.
I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, June 5th, whatever
Is
day,
that
June
June
5th.
5th?
Yeah, I
A
think it's June
Wednesday?
5th. All right, this is going on too long. All right, Mikey O, go ahead and take us home.
Well, before we go, I think people are sleeping on Major League Wrestling. They also have an event this Saturday.
Okay, go ahead and tell us about it.
Yeah, it's called Fury Road, and it's going to be free. You can watch it on YouTube.
Okay.
And BN Sports and all that other stuff.
It's
that
going to be
they're
when,
on.
Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
What time?
Wednesday?
Hold on. Hold on, Brain. What Saturday? What time Saturday?
Saturday, I think it starts at 6 p.m. possibly.
Yeah, that's what. So I'm gonna have to juggle Major League Wrestling and NXT Takeover 25.
I'm just saying, don't sleep on Major League Wrestling.
I'm
This
just
is a
gonna
great
go
event.
to work. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
You won't have to juggle anything this Wednesday, June 5th.
Best of the Super Junior Finals. John Moxley's New Japan debut.
Jay White versus Tanahashi.
Yes, sir.
Juice Robinson cutting promos on her body.
Oh man, it's gonna be awesome.
It's a metacarpal. Okay.
I can't wait until Juice and Moxley start cutting promos on each other. That's gonna be epic.
Yeah, that should have started already. I would think.
Moxley already cut 2.
Well, there you go.
And they're going to settle the score this Wednesday, June 5th.
Yes, the Wednesday, June the 5th. If you're in the States, it'll be before the sun comes up. So,
Yeah.
Hashtag watch New Japan.
yes. All right. Well, with that being said, Mikey
Yeah.
O, go ahead and take us home.
Let's get out of here. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch at The Average Marks. Patrick, do what you do, son.
Outro.
Wednesday.